And a very, very warm welcome along, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome in Phoenix Fire, Adrian, Deadpool, Benjamin Glatt, Ben VDV, and everybody else who is in the chat. I hope everyone's having a fantastic start to the working week. I'm definitely having a great start. Let me get the graphics up, because today we're going to be running Krabby. But it's going to be Krabby into Kingler, and we're going to be getting some Generation 1 moves to be helping us along the way. So at the moment, we just have a regular old Krabby. It's level 5 with 18 HP, holding a berry, and our two moves are Bubble and Leah. We've got 16 in attack, 15 in defense, just 9 in the specials, and then 11 in speed. Now, of course, Krabby does go so I've decided to call it Biscuits. Welcome in, Kanbei. I hope you're having a great day. I think we all know the drill by now. Let's get the timer going. Let's go and get ourselves some moves. So to get the moves, we have to go to Cherry Grove City, and we'll go into the Pokemon Center there. Thank goodness that is a wild hoppet, because we can knock this out eventually. Bubble is an almightily terrible move, isn't it? I'm not doing too badly. A little bit wet. Had to take the bin out, and it was soaking wet outside. We're just going to run from everything else now until we get to the Pokemon Center. Oh, Hurricane Helene was horrific, wasn't she? The left-hand shooter does the Generation 1 moves. I already have a rough idea of what I want to pick up. Swords Dance, absolutely yes please in the face right now. And probably Body Slam as well, I reckon. And we'll get rid of Bubble, I should say, because it's terrible. And you know what? We'll go for Bubble Beam. I think Bubble Beam is slightly more powerful than Water Gun. I could be wrong, but we'll live and learn. It's not like we'll need it for that long anyway. Yeah, Helene's been horrific. Came out of nowhere as well. I do hope that everybody is very much staying safe and is getting by as best they can. Welcome in, Gemma. How are you? They did say at the start of this Atlantic hurricane season that it was going to be a bad one. Well, we might not have the numbers of a 2005 or a 2020. We're definitely getting the impacts. That is true. It's the downside of working from home. You can't call in and say you can't get there anymore. Swords Dance at level 5 is crazy. Goodbye, Chikorita. Yep, Body Slam to take advantage. This has the potential to be a very, very quick challenge. I've already got a rough idea of what the final learn set's going to be. But I don't want to say it in case I change my mind. Also, how did everybody enjoy Hitmontop yesterday? It was definitely a run, that's for sure. I got a little bit dizzy making the video, to be fair. It sure is a fighting type, in the sense that it gets no decent fighting moves. The Jinx run was fun. That's coming out tomorrow if you're not a HM friend. So please do look out for that 2 PM tomorrow. That one was a lot of fun to do. Seeing Jinx do the end of the line really puts that line in a new light. Of course, we didn't get Level Up Psychic, because that's a Smoochum exclusive thing. I still think we made it work fairly well. No, we don't want to save any money. Also, if I misclick at all today, I am on a new controller at long bloody last. And thank you for the 18 months, Gemma. I hope everything is going as well as it can. I don't think there's much more I can really say to that. I just hope that your relative is as comfortable as they can be and they're getting the best care they can. Hitmontop will be getting another challenge at the end of the line. Not for a little while, though. I want the original Hitmon challenges to kind of bed in first. I don't like repeating any Pokemon lines too close to each other. I say that, in December, we're going to be running Walrein twice in a row. So, in December, we're doing a bit of a celebration of all things Ice-type. So we're going to be seeing Walrein in Pokemon Emerald, and then it'll be taking on the Pokemon Crystal backport. That should be a lot of fun. And I'm actually recording around about 3 months in advance now, which is ludicrous. So I had to, in fact, very quickly, after we've defeated Falconer, I'll show that I had to hide the Christmas overlay. It's nearly impossible. It's impossible to get Roll and Kick on original hardware. You know me, Kanbei. I backport all the moves with the Pokemon I run. So, very quickly, I had to hide all the little snow and the holly and the robin off the overlay. So, almost went live 3 months too early for Christmas. They are always introducing Christmas stuff early, to be fair. You're not wrong. But I do think September the... What are we? September the 30th today. That's a little bit early. In the DWP, when I worked there, they wanted you to book your Christmas leave a year in advance. Which is ridiculous, really, isn't it? Good morning, David. How are you today? Vice grip? No need, really, is there? We've got Body Slam. Why would we downgrade? And good morning, Master P28. Completely agree. Hitmontop should have got another fighting move. Just give it something via level up. That's all it needs. I mean, I'd never complain at getting the whole of December off. That's the aim with the channel for me, to pre-record enough going into January where I can take most of November and all of December off and focus just on the streams. Good afternoon, Snowy. I hope you're doing well, and welcome in, Bundy Buddy. Yep, Krabby is definitely dying for this to be Gem 4. Without a Swords Dance, we've already got 40 in attack. Generation 2 is the only generation where the number of Pokemon and number of moves is exactly the same. I'll still be doing videos in January, fully expecting the AdSense revenue to drop, so expect Pokemon that aren't particularly popular in January, shall we say. That'll be the time where all the mid-Pokemon get their challenges. Cynically, I've tried to go for the hard hitters in November and December. I believe that my lovely friend Kangastan has already done a video about Generation 2. I won't want to step on his toes. I did actually backport a Smeargle into yellow for him, but then we realised that it would be just the same as the Ditto video, but longer. Home-cooked soup and a work day in the library doesn't sound too terrible to me. The fact that we're not even needing Swords Dance for a lot of these battles just shows how good Krabby's attack is. Welcome in, Paul. Everything is going very well, thank you. I hope you're doing well as well. Only issue I've been having at the moment is I've been back on my 24 to 30 hour days. Sleep is not coming naturally or artificially to me at the moment. Yep, those big meaty claws really can pack a punch. Your old job, you used to work 25 hours a day. Did they have metric time, Kanbei? At the moment, it's felt like I've been working about 27-hour days. Pardon? No, thank you. Although it's all going to be worth it. I have just voiced over the 100th challenge. That's coming out in November. We're doing Suicune for the 100th, in case you're interested. So that means we're going to be seeing Raikou and Entei fairly soon as well. And then it's going to be Suicune in November. And welcome in, Gigi and to Kangastan. I hope you're both doing very well. I hope work goes very well for you, Gigi. You're not wrong there, Snowy. Kingler in Gen 2 does look like taller Paris. 11:18, bloody hell, I've not been paying attention to the timer for our second badge. Right, let's think, how are we going to battle this rival? Gonna risk it here. We got paralysed, we're taking a reset. I really wasn't sure how to do the thumbnail for this one. Ouch. This could be the one sticking point. Cricketune would be an interesting one to backport. I'll have a look at its learn set after stream and see what I can come up with. That's fine, you spite all you like. A wrong move, Squidge. Never punished. That should now be a one-shot. And then we'll one-shot the Zubat. Excellent, in the words of Mr. Burns. We do have to remember we are a pure water type with Krabby, so ridiculous attack, especially when you can't really set up on the first Pokemon, means nothing when you only have 25 special defense. That is also why we are yet to do Sprout Tower. Because we would be decimated in there. I think the only Pokemon from memory that did fairly well at Rival 2 with a physical attacking water type was for Alligator's line. Gyarados can do it by pure virtue of being so significantly over-leveled by that point. I'm going to pause the timer about 5 seconds or so because we didn't pause it for the Abra battle. Just so that we're in resync. Yep, it is significantly better than having Bubble and Vise Grip till this point. I wish I could tell you when Krabby evolves. I want to say 28, but I might be talking absolute rubbish. Vise Grip isn't a bad move. Body Slam's just better. I'm kind of impressed with myself for remembering an evolution level. Doesn't happen very often, does it? Body Slam's up there as like one of the trio of very good normal type moves that isn't return. I will always prefer Headbutt or Tri Attack. Because Tri Attack is... it's just the best move. Oh god, does that mean we'd have to do struggle strats on Gyarados? It learns Bite at 20. We would just grind the heck until we got to level 20. I'm thinking of backboards, so I got to play with a very fun move earlier today, in my first recording of the day. I got to play with Freeze Dry. And I think it might be the single most busted move I've ever backported. Do you mind, Kadabra? Very rude of you. And also for those of you who have missed the red fights where I slowly lose my mind, I recorded Delibird for Christmas. Need I say more? If you watch just one pre-recorded video for the rest of the year, please make sure it's that Delibird video. I cannot wait to voice it. And welcome in BRM Driving School Oxford. I hope you're having a great day. If you're in Oxford and you're looking for a driving school, well, there's the person to look for. I really should learn to drive at some point. Welcome in, Malik. How are you today? Red delivered a giant middle finger to me, is all I will say. Because up until that point, we were running around about 39th in the leaderboard placement until Red. Didn't finish anywhere near 39th after Red. We actually had a really quick Kanto section up till Blue as well. And then it all went crashing down. We did one shot the milk tank. Vechester, if you're out there, that one was for you. I had one of those descents into madness with a Steven battle as well. That we'll be seeing in Emerald. Yes, in Emerald in December. I'm not too bad, thank you. I hope the train turns up on time. I seem to remember you saying you're moved to the United Kingdom, Malik, and if you have, good luck. The trains never run on time. Stomp. You know what, we're not using Leah. 7 till 10. Goodness. Please do try and get some rest, Gemma. Rest is incredibly important. I never did finish the Kecleon challenge. Honestly, at the moment, I've got no intention of doing it either. Good morning, D1. I hope you're having a great start to your day. Rest does heal an awful lot. Especially in Pokemon, which is why I don't use it. And hello, Ella Django. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm sure your relatives are incredibly grateful for all you're doing, Gemma. I think I forgot to pick up Surf from the Kimono Girls then. We'll double check. Oh, we did. We're going to do the double Surf here, just in case we want to lose Surf. Stick in another Reapel. At least you're in Denmark again, Malik, now. Yes, we did look into it. Smeargle can bypass the Kimono Girls with a little bit of luck. Move deleters come in very handy. You'll actually see that we have a move reminder in this version of the challenge run. By the way, I am going to be making a website. Ooh, a website rather. Goodness. To have all the different backports and the challenge run patch all in one nice and neat place. That's my task for the rest of this week. Metronoming Clefairy is how you get Surf sketched. Kingler gets different TMs, that's for sure, Malik. I didn't mean to get that elixir. We've routed in a far quicker one. Oh, the battery save issues are very frustrating. Short and sweet for Stomp there, really. That is true, you cannot get to Chunk without Surf, as much as you would love to. I had a friend who had a Generation 2 save that lasted an awful long time. With a tool-assisted speedrun, you could bypass getting Surf from the Kimono Girls, and you could also sketch return from the second metronome user. We're not going to play around with Guillotine this time, unfortunately. We don't have space on the learn set. Also, while I've got you, Snowy, have you ever considered Smeargle in yellow? Because I did the backport for it. But I have no real desire to play yellow. So I can send you the patch over, if that's something you've ever wanted to do. Or you might have backported it yourself already. Aha, our only weakness is another Krabby. There we go. How serendipitous, evolving into a Kingler against a Krabby. I have also a ridiculous challenge in the making that I am so excited to show you all in a few weeks' time, hopefully. It's going to be Pokémon Crystal But unless you pay your tithes to Team Rocket, there is a significant chance your Pokemon will go boom at some point when you're using it. So I want to Nuzlocke that. And have a recurring character who you send money to tone down the radio wave interference. Because I think it would be absolutely hysterical. I could make that person Lance, but that would then overcomplicate the story. Birdlocks are always fun. Welcome in, Chad Northern. Please never apologise for being late. What is the order of these HM friends? Goodness me. Let's do that. Then we want to teach Dig. Rock Smash. We'll do that and that for now. Dig out. Does Onyx get a egg move, Rock Slide? Because if it does, we can definitely do an eggy move run after the main challenge. Sword Stance once as he swears at us. Hidden Power knocks out that. Magnemite comes out, we knock out in one. Unbayleafable, but we can one-shot the Bayleaf. And then we'll do that. Oh, and as a Gen 1 TM, perfect. We can do it in both sets of challenges. Starting moves are one of the easiest things you can set in the disassembly. That's just going into Evo's attacks in Data Pokemon. Something I'm going to try and implement at some point is Imposter Ditto. Not quite sure how it's going to work, but we shall have to see. That's for quite far in the future, though. Need to get the main Ditto challenge done first. I think the worst move I have had to backport at the moment is Gyro Ball. That broke my brain trying to figure it out, and in the end I had to nab somebody else's code and give them credit in my own. The best way to boost an Onyx attack is to go into the base stats folder in Data Pokemon, and then just give it a higher number. No abilities for the Wall Rain challenge this time around, because honestly, it doesn't need it. I'm moving more away from abilities at the moment, and just going straight Gen 2 Pokemon style. We're going to need one of those. We've already taught Surf, so we can Strength on the Psyduck. Then we'll use Surf from the menu, save a little bit of time. There is a weight statistic. Actually, no, there isn't, is there? Yes, there is, in the deck. Oh, is it based on speed, that one? Then you just pull the base speed. The weight is in the Pokédex, so there is a way to do weight as well. I'll do abilities if they seem fun or funny. Like, if I think an ability could make For a funny live stream, I'll do it. I've got a version of Shuckle that's Gen 5. So it's got Shell Smash and the like. It's actually remarkable how little electric moves come up in Gen 2. Although a very similar ability, Water Absorb, saved our absolute behinds in a Fire Red challenge that we're seeing in December. Don't swipe as furiously. We win. Storm Badge, very easy. Right, here's where I need to remember my current optimization because I've messed with things again. So we will repel. We'll bring these super repels up to tippy top spot at the same time. We need to teach Fly to Kenya. Then if we go to New Bark Town, we can get this rare candy now. Then we can go to Violet City and we should just about have the steps to get that rare candy. And then we can do Sprout Tower much later on. Might do post-league Sprout Tower on this one, actually. And then we need to go and do Jasmine next. I think that'll be the best option. It's very weird, seeing as we're a water type and she leads with 2 bloody electric types, but we have Hidden Power Ground, so it goes down in 1. Now, Surf does not have a Cat in Hell's chance of being a one-shot. However, we resist Iron Tail, so we can just Swords Dance enough times to do that. Stick on another repel now. And what we can do here is to save a little bit of menuing once more. We get this Nougat. We get this rare candy. And then we do the Lake of Rage just like that. So I'm really trying to cut down on the amount of menuing that we're doing because that's one of the biggest ways to save time now. Steelix did use Sunny Day because it read the water type. So she assumes that because there's like one fire type in Johto, nobody's gonna bother getting it. Let's slam with our bodies a few more times. I mean, we've got the base coding for Spinder, haven't we? So I'm sure it wouldn't be too tricky to add in Contrary. Although I would want to put the Spinder in the Challenger on base now. Another Nouget. Lance claims a lot of things. Most of them incorrect. Charizard is a rodent and Raticate is a dragon. It's the actual secret third dragon line in Crystal. Didn't get gas lamps by the game today. Brilliant. Three body slams later, and that executive goes away. We can start heading back into the underground to finish off this first of 3 tedious sections. Skip the super effective text on the Arbok. It'll be doom and gloom for the gloom. I will also body slam the Murkrow there. I really want to backport Ogerpon, but I am getting real creative block with the sprite work. I would demote Lance to Birdkeeper, but then I'd get less money from battling him. Sometimes you need all that money just to get Ice Beam. Didn't get bored of Douglas, let's go. I always think Karen should be the champion anyway. Beg your pardon, Kanbei? It's a family-friendly channel. Protect, no thank you. Seven badges in just over half an hour is not bad. Right, now my movement is going to be absolutely terrible in here because I'm still getting used to this new D-pad. So please do bear with me. It's going to be all the accuracy of an alcoholic in a thunderstorm getting through some of these little tight areas. Maybe this new controller's all I needed to be able to do that rock first time. So from here we need to get ourselves... Let's get 12 max repels. And if we cycle down here, the nice and free elixir. And if you time your repels, you also get a 4th nugget. Oh god, we've not been to a Pokemon Center since Cyanwood. Set of hands, not going to need that. Don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. Can we learn Shadow Ball? Of course we bloody can't. Keep Mud Slap, maybe. Pect, nah. Rest, no. Attract, no. Cutting Furiously, no. 5 protein. 2 calcium. Oh, I bought Carbos. Never mind. We'll run with Carbos instead. It'll make us win. Now, normally we would take a break here, but we are nowhere near the hour mark live. So instead, we're just going to keep on going for a little bit. Probably take a break after Radio Tower. Welcome in, Khan. I hope you're doing very well today. And Clint, I am not sure what time we'll get. Apologies for skipping chat for a little bit. Had to focus on the vitamins. Not for this Halloween, no. Not a single one of those Pokemon is in the plan. Because that's all been pre-recorded. I only do one Pokemon for Halloween, to be fair. And this year, it is the turn of Galvantula. I'll probably drop Miss Magius in April. I don't know why, but Mischievous gives me April vibes. Welcome in, Benjamin. You missed us getting beat up by Rival 2 and then us taking revenge for said beat up by Rival 2 by taking on every other trainer in the challenge. Are you referencing that particular Gorgeist and Pumpkaboo sprite that I made a year ago? Because if you are, that is a fantastic reference to bring back up. Valentine's Day, we're doing a week of absolutely unloved Pokemon. So we'll be seeing things like Water Jinx, Spritzy, Aromatisse. Any Pokemon that needs a little bit of extra love and attention will get its time in the spotlight that week. Snowy, don't do it. I did Mr. Mime for Halloween first year. It was my worst performing video in a very long time. Genuinely, the Mr. Mime video performance was horrific. Did you ever go live when you were thinking about doing so? Because I never got a notification. Admittedly, I was asleep. It is a shame there's no turkey-based Pokemon. Right, now we're in a bit of a predicament here because we need to get rid of the Golbat quick, sharp, and in a hurry. Delibird is one of the Christmas ones this year. I think it's a rite of passage for any challenge runner to run Delibird. Espathra's like the unholy love child between a delibird, not a delibird. Espathra's like the unholy love child between Sia and a turkey. Delibird's video has been recorded. It has also been edited this morning. I couldn't face editing it straight afterwards. Iron Bundle got recorded this morning, would you believe? We're having 2 videos back to back. So Christmas Eve and Christmas Eve, I believe, are going to be Delibird Christmas Eve and Iron Bundle on Christmas Eve. Delibird gets TMs. I'm really looking forward to the Trevenant video. The only reason we didn't get through Rival 2 first time, spoilers by the way for this Delibird, it's because I got burnt. We have made a Drampar backport, not Cambay, Snowy. Another little optimization I'm trying out here is if you need the Scamulet coin, get that and then go into the Jellyvator here and go to the correct floor. You can pick up Return on your way back. And thank you so much, Sora Donald Goofy, for the $2 super chat. I can definitely think about doing Garboda in February. I do like Garboda. Ooh, Shiny Clefairy and Mount Moon, always a nice find. Still trying to get the coding working for things like Gigantamax. Oh, you arse, Golbat. The green ears make the shiny relatively easy to spot, thank goodness. I have Electrode coming out on the 13th, Snowy. Just so that you're aware. So if you want to get in before then, be my guest. I just worry about performance afterwards. To be fair, there'll be 2 completely different styles of videos as well. Remind me when yours comes out and I'll plonk a link to yours in my description. If I'm doing Dynamax, I would try and do things like the terrains as well. Those Rival 2 resets might be the only thing preventing us getting sub 50-minute Claire. Because the Claire split doesn't count until you get the badge in your hand. Something tells me we're not going to have this battle, especially because I'm meant to put on the Prosecure Berry. When we're in Kanto, could somebody remind me, please, to pick up the extra Prosecure Berry by Lavender if we end up consuming it in this battle? Though we might not. All depends if return hits. Absolutely fine, we don't need to. Yep, blame the new controller. 30 quid in Argos, so Billy Bomb bargain. My experience with Electrode was such that I never want to think about that Pokemon ever again. Up next for me on the big-ish purchase list is a chair because my giant fat ass has broken this one. $50.54, by the way, for the Rising badge. You're not wrong, Richard. Sunkern is the strongest Pokemon ever. I don't trust myself not to forget Sprout Tower. So while we're here, we'll quickly get it over and done with. Too many items start with the word max. I'd love to be able to reject calls on the Pokegear. Excuse me. I mean, we blank Elm for the most part anyway, don't we? Arceus is a Pokemon I would love to do. Although the idea of having to backport... How many is it? 17 different plates? It does not fill me with joy. That is true, we can't delete any phone numbers in the remakes. Took a leaf out of Emerald's book there. It is a copy and paste job, but it's still finding 17 different item slots. My first mobile phone only allowed 15 numbers. I'd want to still put the plates in. 2001 for my first mobile phone. My mobile network was orange. Didn't mean to battle him, meant to skip him, but never mind. It wasn't a Nokia. My second phone was a Nokia 3210. I never had the 3310. I had the one below. Nokia, of course, back in the day, were famous for not having an aerial. Just to let you know, after this battle, when we've done the movement to arrival number 5, that is when we will take a break, because I am starting to cramp. We super repel, we might as well use this menu to teach Flash to Paris. Right, we are going to pause the timer at 55 minutes and 9 seconds. We shall be back in 3 minutes' time. I just need to get a little stretch, rehydrate, and welcome in Urban Huntsman. You're catching me just as I'm taking a break. Stretch, rehydrate, and we'll be back in 3 minutes' time. Apologies for the few seconds longer on the break than intended. Couldn't find my button, which is never a good thing. Let's now unpause the time at 55:09 and take on the fifth arrival battle. We're very lucky in the UK to have decent phone plans. That is true, that's why text-speak was a thing. With that, we're at the Pokémon League. So we'll heal up. Then there's one item I do very quickly want to pick up that I forgot to do on my routing. So we have enough repull steps to do it. So now we can say thank you to the HM friends. So it's a big thank you to Kenya, to Abra Psyduck, merci to Paris. The biggest thank you of all goes to you, lovely HM friends with the green and blue names in the chat. Well, by our 4 full restores, let's very briefly take a look at our stats going into the league. Level 136. No, that's wrong. 136 HP at level 50. Holding the Perscure Berry with Return, Surf, Swords Dance, and Hidden Power Ground. 117 attack, 151 in defense, 85 in the specials, and 113 in speed. And what we are going to do, we're going to give this extra bitter berry. Pausing the timer briefly because our bag is full, so we're going to have to toss a couple of bits. Where did we get that escape rope from? Oh, that was from Great Tower, wasn't it? Now we can give the bitter berry. There we go. So we're going to Swords Dance here. He didn't use Psychic. So that made getting the other bitter berry a little bit redundant, really. Because the play is to use Swords Dance and expect him to use Confuse Ray. But that isn't the way that Will wanted to play today. This bag is a mess. However, we can still get Supersonicked on the Venomoth, which is who we're probably going to Swords Dance against. No, we can just one-shot. So we'll Swords Dance once, maybe twice against the Fortress. It didn't go boom. This is now a range. And finish off the Muck and the Crobat. Let's take on Bruno. Him on top is just free setup. Welcome in, Ryu. I'm feeling incredibly crabby today. Alright, let's see how we'd get on against Karen. HP up strat works perfectly. I can see damage calcs, yes. I generally don't look at them. I have that half of the page covered. But I do like to see my ranges for things like HP up, protein, Especially how many steps I've got remaining on the rappel. That one comes in very handy. To be fair, with a Pokemon like Dragonite, we don't need, or with a Pokemon like Kingler, I should say, we don't need to see ranges. One hour and 26 seconds through the league. Kingler has done incredibly well in Johto. Pausing the timer at 1 hour and 42 seconds. That is our Hall of Fame time. Soul Stance very much is where we're going. We don't need ranges. To show you very briefly, this is what I have on my screen, on my other screen. I appreciate it's not the easiest to see. So that is to help me with vitamins. And that is the information I have to hand. Comes in incredibly useful. Very much an absolute beast of a crab. We are not going to bother getting Ice Beam, I've decided. Instead, we're going to focus on all-out physical attack. An awful lot of work has been done behind the scenes. It's a crying shame that GameHook is no longer publicly available. Because GameHook has made these challenges possible. And very sustainable. $171 for the Charm Dodge. I was supposed to use a Max Repel there to avoid that extra menuing, but because we have to flash, it's not the worst in the world. So 171 is the magic number. Kingler is doing very well. Our 2 resets came from rival number 2, not to be wholly unexpected, to be fair. Enjoy your cuppa, Kanbei. Metal coats acquired. Which we'll immediately throw into the sea. And of course, the first thing we do in Kanto is the last thing we do in Johto. Gonna get another rare candy, this time from the chairman of the Pokemon Fan Club. That's safely tucked away in our bag. Let's go and take on Lieutenant Surge, shall we? That is true. We only ever see the million city. Never the thousand, never the million, billion rather, never the trillion, never the trillion. Crabrawler, I think it'd do very well for itself in a backport, to be fair. Leave it with me, that one. Try and get it done for the end of the week. Because I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming Wednesday, or if I'll do what I planned for Wednesday later after this one. Because I will be honest, I expected this one to be a lot slower than it is. I always say Lieutenant. I prefer the way it sounds. Although he could be Lieutenant, Lieutenant. Any old tenant, really. As long as the YAML mappers work, Snowy, I will be very happy. Sick of Sword Dance being two inputs away. We one-shot this, we're risking it. Don't send us to sleep. Bind is perfect. I love you, Tangler. I've not done a backport of Malamar yet, no. I was thinking about doing it for Australia Day in January. I think it's January 26th. Because of the whole upside down thing. Right, it is time for everyone's favourite pushover, Janine. And Janine was not mean, if you know what I mean. 106.36. Where's the max ether? There it is. We are going all in on return at the moment. Don't need that extra berry now. Got through spinner first time. Missed that spinner. Cycling road is so much smoother, Snowy. I mean, I've absolutely ballsed up the movement, but once you get the movement in Rock Tunnel down as well, it's a lot smoother. Then you pop out, you avoid Route 9's awful movement entirely. Unfortunately, you did miss LT Smash. RIP Dave's in chance for the Zap Cannon. I don't like surfing from Fuchsia to Cinnabar. Or the other way around, I should say. Also, it makes sense to take on Janine earlier because she's lowest level. So taking her on second, the only reason we do Erica is because she's there. But where I find it really comes into its own is with the power plant section. Because we can use that one repel to get all the way from the entrance of Rock Tunnel down to the end of where you pick up or where you speak to the manager for the first time. And then we'll use another single repel to finish off power plant and get through past 3 drill. Because technically you don't need to pick up the max repels in Blackthorn like I do either. Hidden Power Ground was good for earlier in the game. Specifically the Magnemite line and the Ghastly line. It will also do higher damage output against Pikachu, but I don't think that'll be relevant at all. Erica's Tangler has caught me out on a few occasions when I'm running a physical attacker. Especially a ground-type physical attacker. We'll probably have Hidden Power Ground on the learn set right until the end because we've got nothing to replace it with. Delibird Run, Christmas Eve, 23rd of December, when it's coming out. Oh god, Lapras has used its dulcet tones. I wish I was a billionaire. Make life a lot easier. X-Men card. Up next is the Snorlax. And here's 3 drill. I'll settle for millionaire. Yep, the friend 3 drill. We'll be seeing him in a few upcoming videos. Brock should be an easy win. We've got Surf. We've got Hidden Power. Oh, believe me, I am not loaded. Backwards Rock Tunnel is my routing of choice. I spent, as you know, Snow, a very long time going through different possible permutations of Kanto, and I stuck on that one. I've also started cutting that tree down. Move, you old man. This ledge I hate. If I was loaded, I would absolutely still be doing this. I don't do this for the money, I do it for the fun. And thank you, Kanbei, for the 5 memberships. That's incredibly bloody kind of you. So if you have a membership gifted by the wonderful Kanbei, please do make sure to say thank you to him. I'm loaded on KFC from last night. And determination. The Ledge and I are not on speaking terms. 1:14, pausing the timer because the alerts decide to spend far too much time in the spotlight. Now we should have... Oh, we've got... He barely knows her there. And 2 full restores. Parfait, as the French would say. Ooh, you're loaded on sushi. I tried sushi once on a date and never again. Normally at KFC I get the boneless banquet. Yep, they are misspelt elixirs. Right, this Pidgeotto's not even bothering to get stacked, although he did crit. Oh god, now he's mirror moved. You're currently cooking some meatballs. Enjoy your meatballs. It was definitely an experience. I will say that much about the date and no more. There is a reason I'm not on the dating scene anymore. Oh, good lord, I would have chickened out if Blue got to +6 attack. I'd have been like, nope, I will risk setting up on something else. One of the most pointless pieces of optimization I do now, and I've started incorporating it, is I use a super repel here before teleporting back. Because then your repel wears off just at the right time, picking up the final rare candy. 171 is the magic number. Base 75 speed, level 63. Probably not going to have it quite yet. Although I didn't pay attention in the blue fight, I will be honest. Let's find out. Are we going to outspeed the Pikachu? No, not even close to outspeeding the Pikachu. Right, okay. And he hits us with Thunder. Thunder's a one-shot. Oh god, we're... Pause the timer. Redo that rare candy on the correct Pokemon Squidge. Still not outspeeding, still not a one-shot. Let's find out now. Now we outspeed the Pikachu. That's a good start. Is this a range? Yep. Thunder missed, that's good. That means then we can get a free Swords Dance because he takes in Sunlight. And we one-shot there. Reflect does throw a little spanner in the works, but we still one-shot there. We're going to use our last Swords Dance here. We have to dodge a Body Slam, which isn't great. And of course we end up paralyzed, but we were holding a Persecure Berry. Rain Dance, please, or just crit. There we go. Red done. That berry was incredibly handy. I did get it at the funny number level, you're not wrong. Right, stream times. Let's open it up, shall we? Let's add it to leaderboard. So that was Kingler with an 01, 18, 07. It was a redo. It was on stream. Let's get the leaderboard all generated up. And well, well, well. We see where it finished. For our streamed regular Pokemon, it's our fastest ever stream time. With 1 hour, 18 minutes and 7 seconds. I do need to get a set of icons done for the Gen 1 TMs. But that is a very, very good time. I am mightily impressed by the Kingler. You got to think we had Swords Dance, and it's a free win, Snowy. Exactly, we started with Swords Dance and Body Slam. Let me just very quickly, and this will take a moment. I need to remove a bunch of spoilers from the leaderboard. I just want to get the old leaderboard time up for Kingler. I'd forgotten it. Let's get that leaderboard generating, hopefully. Find it, that is. I really need to sort out my folders. So, videotimes.csv, and that is open. Let's generate the old leaderboard, see if we can find Kingler on there, for comparison's sake. We do need to find a Queenler now, you're not wrong. We have done Kingler before, I am sure of it. I'm just struggling to see where it is. Oh, it's on page 3, apparently. So, original Kingler is currently in nice 69th place. And yep, we very much beat the Mewtwo with a crab. There is, of course, one thing we have to do before finishing this challenge. Yes, it was a redo of Kingler, which we did with Pidgeot. Oh, that means it should be on the streamed leaderboards time, actually, as well. The original Kingler redo. Unless I... Yeah, there it is. 33rd place, 140.59. Do remember, though, this was with TMs. From Generation 1. Kenya, thank you so much for the last, goodness, only hour and a half together today. It's been an absolute pleasure, but you've got to go home. Right, I am going to give you all the choice. I can end stream here, and we can come back on Wednesday at 2 PM. Or I can do my second of the 3 stream challenges for the week today. And then I won't be live on Wednesday. Which would you all prefer? If we're feeling the vibes, we can carry on. If not, we can rejoin all on Wednesday. In the meantime, what I will do is I will clean up my on-screen furniture. Kevin says Wednesday. I will... Gemma says today. What I will do is I will start a very quick poll. So I'll give you around about a minute to vote in the poll unless there's a big consensus. Very much seems like Wednesday is winning so far. In which case, I'll wrap up for the day. So I will give you all a cheeky little preview of what is to come on Wednesday. So we will change the thumbnail so I don't forget. We'll be doing the Crawdaunt backboards on Wednesday. So we are continuing the crustacean theme going. With the Crawdaunts on Wednesday, it's going to be another high physical attacking water-type Pokemon. We'll have to see if we do any better with Arrival number 2 on the Crawdaunt challenge. But for today, we're done. Nice and short one today. It will be very, very fun to see you all on Wednesday. Do not forget, we have Jinx coming out tomorrow for all of you lovely people who aren't HM friends. If you are a HM friend, you will already have seen Jinx. So please do enjoy your video coming out on Thursday, on Tuesday, which by this point I'd normally have had YouTube Studio load to tell you which one's coming out. Are we getting Sandslash on Tuesday for HM friends? Either way, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Monday, a wonderful Tuesday. I'll catch you all tomorrow at 2 PM for Jinx or Sandslash, depending on whether you're a channel member or not. And I will see you all live here on a Wednesday. And before I go, of course, a big thank you to Kambe for the 5 gifted memberships, Sora Donald Goofy for the $2 super chat and the Garboda suggestion, and Gemma Barnes for 18 months. I'll see you all on Wednesday, everybody. Take care.